works normally. Let's see what we're in for tonight. Off we go. And the 25-yard line, it will be the freshman quarterback, Downingtown, Pennsylvania. He may have to go outside more with some injuries we'll tell you about after the play. Here is Howard, and it is intercepted. J.T. Woods rips it off for Baylor. Inside the 10, and a 1st and goal for the Bears on our first turnover.
Rolling on the field, was an interception. 1st down, Baylor.
J.T. Woods to us as long and rangy, and in the middle of the field, you let the ball, if you're late, bad things happen.
Henry Rowan-Gardner and Rookie of the Year, by the way.
Well, they are set up for quarterback draw big time.
There it is. Good call, Andre. Brewer scores. Touchdown, Baylor.
They just set up in it. We're just about guaranteed to get it. That's one I might have audible to.
Now, we saw the holder having some issues in pregame, and Skylar Wetzel has to just end up on the ground. So John Mayers never got a chance to kick the ball. So 5 points in their 5 straight defeats. Now they're up 6-0 early tonight at home. It's an end around, and it goes to Malik Knowles down the sideline. Knowles getting a block out in front from Taylor, and Malik Knowles is gone.
Well, what a response by Kansas State right out of the gate. Malik Knowles, known for his speed. They told us yesterday that he...
And indeed, it is good.
If Kansas State's unable to get to him.
He's always been a very accurate passer, Charlie Brewer, scanning his options, and he nearly threw a pick. Goodness, Daniel Green had a shot at it, but a marker comes in, so we'll see if the play stands.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 59, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Well, that's big. Big from Drew Wiley, who had the sack on 1st down.
Fun to watch on tape, especially Hubert. And there they get there again. He just took a swat at him and dropped him. So Wyatt Hubert gets the sack.
Offensive guard in the country.
Baylor brings 5 and gets there late. Howard over the middle, incomplete. He was picked down the seam earlier, looking for Taylor that time, and it's 4th down, Kansas State.
Is a recipe for disaster. Got to sit in there and just use the fundamentals and throw the football.
Tristan Ebner has to fall on it, and let's see, did Kansas State come up with a muff? Officials quickly say Baylor football, but Kansas State has the ball, so now they're going to point the other direction, and it is Kansas State football. One official pointed to Baylor immediately, so let's see.
I don't know if he thought maybe it hit a teammate.
Rolling on the field was illegal touching by the kicking team, recovered by the receiving team. 1st down, Kansas State.
Oh, and they go ahead and give it to, you're right. They go ahead and give it to Kansas State.
And it's Deuce Vaughn right up the zipper down to the 26. One more look, and let's... Vaughn on the counter for a 1st down. Well, if it did, in fact, hit Fleeks. Noah Johnson, the anchor of that line, the center in the middle. They will run off the right side, and not a lot there, but Vaughn with an agile move, and a flag comes in.
Yeah, I think they're fence, but it may have been because a receiver was holding
personal
outside.
Foul, face mask, defense number 34, half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
Hey, mistakes just piling up for this Baylor football team. You see 34 out on the edge here, Ashton Logan. A crossing route, a couple of crossers.
It is Vaughn out of the backfield, a touchdown, Kansas State.
Timing by Howard is what makes the play.
Lynch the extra point, and he does knock it through.
Evan here early.
He said last week mentally we just weren't there against Iowa State.
Yeah.
This defense is very ready today. And they got to Brewer again and nearly intercepted along the sideline as Kermari Gaines was in there with the pressure that time.
Where they had BYU last week, and they maybe take care of them this week.
Howard faked the jet sweep, and he's got a first down. So trouble on both sides. As now another flag comes in, and Howard called for it. He's going to get it. So
Beliefs in his vision for this program.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. It is targeting on number 22. He is disqualified for the remainder of the game. 15-yard penalty, first down.
But after that conversation, to come out and see it's
from
fine.
across the 10.
Find Deuce Vaughn here.
Option play. Howard leans in down to the 5, and it looks like a first down and goal for Kansas State. 3 wide receivers as well with Vaughn on a third down for Howard. Moving his feet, Howard gets it away, and more down to about the 1.5-yard line. So now you going for it?
Possibility of going up more and extending it here in this weather.
Lynch got it for 3, and they will take the points. 20-yard field goal is good.
I think we're gonna get a chance to see him on the next level.
Quick throw, and navigating through Fleeks. Got a couple of yards, going to be close. It will be fourth down. They'll go empty. Jones is ready to fire now. He drops back in coverage. They will only rush a couple, and this is caught by Knowles for a first down for Kansas State, just short of midfield.
Never really going to get a direct hit on Deuce Vaughn.
Seen that play out all night long as Howard's got a throw over the top, and this is intercepted. Christian Morgan picked it off, so both safeties and interception tonight for Baylor.
First down, Baylor.
The rain isn't all that bothersome in certain situations, but we've seen the ball float quite a bit as this one goes to Lovett on the outside, and he'll be very close to the line to gain. What do you make of quarterbacking in the rain?
I always think that it's to the offense's advantage, especially receivers as they run routes.
Oh, Brewer's got a gash. Charlie Brewer inside the 40-yard line. Tract extension a couple of months ago, 6-year deal over on the sideline for Kansas State. Now Brewer with Hubert driving toward him, and Brewer diving forward. They're not going to give him much of a spot there at all to the 30-yard line, so it'll be
Defenses, it gives the defensive line an opportunity to penetrate.
It is Brewer after all
Nice.
that, and a Baylor first down. He looked off Ebner. There goes Brewer, and he's chopped down at the 30-yard line. Daniel Green one more time. It's a loss of 1. And now they break Lovett into the backfield. They've got to get to the 17-yard line. Brewer has to scramble. He flips it for Lovett, and that is the end of that for the Baylor Bears. Goodness gracious. Got one timeout left. Baylor will get the ball out of the halftime break. And so it's Vaughn one more time. Deuce Vaughn up the chute to the 44 and a first down.
Settle him into this game a little bit faster.
Howard goes down, and now third down Kansas State, 50 seconds to go, first half.
And move on to the next one. And guys, in all the time we've known Dave Aranda, that's the most intense and angry I've ever seen him.
Brewer on the run, and Charlie Brewer's got himself a first down. Dave Aranda, Ian, told us this week. Pressure coming. Screen is on, and he got it away for Ebner down the sideline. It is Ebner carving the defense. Treston Ebner changing directions again. inside the 20-yard line on a run from Tecmo Bowl for Ebner to the 45-yard gain for him.
Brewer is going to return next year under the NCAA rule to take advantage of that.
You'd imagine he's the type of candidate who might take advantage of it as he spat it outside to Gavin Holmes, who couldn't hang on. So now 29 yards for John Mayers. And Baylor had a lot of energy. They instead kicked the field goal and slow dance.
We saw earlier in the year, which is Georgia Tech.
Very young team in Atlanta as Howard is spiked down and he is very close to the line to gain again. Backer Lovett changing direction, got to snap it. And they will option it the other direction. Brewer tries to spin out of it and does. Charlie Brewer leaping for a first down.
That's a heck of a play to win at the tail end of that run.
He wants the ball here. And he loads up a long one down the sideline, single coverage. Great reaction by Snead, but it's waved off incomplete on the coverage from Keandre Thomas. Now let's see. Oh, they do say catch.
It's a completed pass.
It's a completion for Snead. Initially waved off. Let's see.
See if a foot comes down in bounds. Yes.
Oh, goodness.
What a...
Second and 11. Oh, a little step back. Beautiful on the score for Snead. Wow. Ballet from R.J. Snead.
Well, it's a reason why he leads this team in receptions and receiving yards, and it's because of plays like this. Makes a pretty good player, and McPherson miss. Keep an eye
Two
on
on this
Ebner
drive.
Here.
It's Ebner out of the backfield. Brewer trying to run, lost the football, and now it's fallen on, and that will do it for the possible two-point conversion. Cody Fletcher
In this passing game. I don't know if he's actually on the field here.
Howard goes to Vaughn, seeking out that line to gain, and he is going to be a little bit short by about half a yard.
Yeah.
For Howard, the freshman, under center, got about a quarter of a yard to get. And they're going to go for it. Howard goes low, and he is in there for a first down for Kansas State. Gutsy from Kleiman.
No better call.
Keon Mosey into the ball game. Speedy tailback, and they're going to try and throw. It's incomplete. Vaughn was also in there, split
Rolling
out.
on the field is an incomplete pass. Fourth down.
And the defense has held the line to keep Kansas State out of scoring position as Brewer eludes some pressure and throws it downfield. Snead's been the guy here in the second half. R.J. Snead.
First down.
3rd and 7 for Baylor. Brewer tried to bail out, and he got drilled by McPherson, the safety.
McPherson hanging around in the box.
What would you rather people talk about other than your height? And he said, what type of guy I am. As Howard throws down the sideline. It is Briley Moore inside the 25-yard line. And the transfer from UNI has himself a big hit on the opening play of the fourth quarter for the Wildcats. It goes for 52.
Yeah, it got to him a little later than I anticipated, but a wheel route. And they talked about this happening. Ron Roberts talked to us about
Vaughn will not get it. Howard to the outside. Will Howard is in. Touchdown.
just about everybody went with Deuce Vaughn inside. That allowed Will Howard to out-leverage the defense. All the defenders, they go down inside. There's one player that's sitting out there.
Ending choice by Howard and Courtney Messingham, the offensive coordinator. Extra point does slide through. Definition of a catch there. It's 3rd down and 4 for Baylor. And Brewer down the middle. He's got a Bears first down. It is once again R.J. Sneed. It takes time, but you can expect some level of discomfort for every quarterback. 3rd down and 3. This again down the middle. And another first down for Baylor. Tyquan Thornton, the junior out of Miami.
And it keeps this Kansas State defense off balance.
This is Fleeks breaking a tackle. And Fleeks inside the 20-yard line and a first down for Baylor.
And they're going to get a little bit extra with that route is perfect.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 19. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Well, there was one thing in that route I really liked, and that was coming back.
Feels most comfortable when the route comes back to him.
Yeah.
We just saw it right there. First down and goal for Baylor, and Brewer over the middle. He has Ebner in for a touchdown.
Just a nightmare matchup for linebackers because he's such a good route runner. The hands are excellent. He has hands like a wide receiver, but in a running back's body. And he
has a failed extra point off a high snap earlier. This one important to draw it within a field goal at 2.
Senior that you really couldn't go to his living room and sit down and really get to know the young man.
You got the dead period in person as Trotter carries the Baylor Bears across the 50-yard line and a first down for K-State.
The big points, and you need the end zone here.
Trotter again running behind Barta, and Trotter across the 40. Another gain of 12 for Harry Trotter. The first touchdown for Kansas State last year in the season. It was his first touchdown coming over from Louisville. As now Vaughn attacks. Deuce Vaughn right down the middle for a touchdown. We have a flag down after the touchdown. We asked him, people have asked him in the past as well, what is it about being 5'5"? Couldn't you have been somewhere else?
Especially in the running game.
Brewer off the short set, has a wide receiver screen for Gavin Holmes, and he breaks inside the 30-yard line. First down for the sophomore Holmes.
Here in the second half of this.
Got to get at least some yards here to give yourself a chance at a field goal if you want it, and Fleeks is across the 30. There's another marker down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 29, hit below the knees. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that's a first down and no field goal try. They're going to keep the drive going. Under 5 to go for him. 3rd down and 5. And Brewer off the cross inside the 2 to Tyquan Thornton. It'll be 1st and goal for Baylor. It is Lovett in the backfield. And it's Brewer on his own for the Baylor touchdown.
Boy, don't you just love the back and forth? Lovett's going to lead block, kick out, and that.
We told you early in this game that this series has been dynamic. It's been close. Usually there are a bunch of points, and there's some wildness as well. Mosey in as the tailback. Howard to Vaughn, and he's knocked down. It's incomplete. It was Dylan Doyle who overcame him, and it's punt time for Kansas State. Baylor should get it back. Clock moves. 2nd and 5. Brewer scanning. There's another crossing route, and Brewer's got a completion for Gavin Holmes across the 40 and a first down Baylor. Pride away from the Mustangs. A tremendously accurate passer in his history as he goes to the outside, gets a block from Sims for Thornton, who's spun out of bounds across midfield.
Quarterback.
Pressure coming from the linebacker spot in Fletcher. Brewer gets rid of it down the sideline, and the tight end Sims across the 30-yard line. And field goal range at least for Baylor with a minute and a half to go. Gain of 22. Away for Baylor. They're in range to win it, but they got to put it away. Flip to Ebner. Ebner goes high, hurdle inside the 15, and a first down Baylor. 3rd down and 11. Will they decide to go for the end zone or run it all the way down? Love it. They will center it, and they will go ahead and try for the field goal, Andre. The win for Baylor from 30. Good hold, good snap. The kick is through. Baylor breaks its losing streak. And it's a yellow rush on the field, 32-31.
They just did enough all night long to keep themselves involved or close in this game. And then when the time came to really close it out, they were able to do it on the back of Charlie Brewer, leading them down. The receivers obviously got themselves open and caught passes and made plays.